All right, it's Wednesday, April 2nd. This is an end of the day SPY recap midweek here. And today on the daily chart, we end up with a two up continuation, green bar. We took out the high of the previous day, closed green. But what price has done on the daily time frame is it's just now reached its broadening target. When we saw the reversal here happen early in the week, and when the two up, the midpoint of that red bar, you're kind of expecting that high to be taken out. So we did that, and now that's kind of where things, now, hit another inflection point, at least short term. The question is it going to just broaden out here and then continue this overall downtrend that's been in play? Or are we right at the halfway point of the prior week here, where if we don't fall, then we move up and broaden to the next highest time frame, the weekly chart, which is the lower lows and the higher highs up here. So we're trying to come up on a two down failure, get through the midpoint of that bar, and then head up there. But we've also broadened very short term on the daily chart, so maybe that's a reversal area, going lower. And the interesting thing is we have a reference point now. We have the open of the month here at the green line, so that's kind of all month long. If we go to the monthly chart, we did try to start the first couple of days up, but there's still a big red bar in play from last month. So, at this point, if we stay above this, and we get daily, price bars that move up each day, then we play the buy side. But if we turn this monthly chart back to red, then all of a sudden, it could have just been a 2-day brief rally, and we try to take out those lows of that month. So it's still yet to be seen really what unfolds, but we know the reference point at this point, going forward. So we will see what happens tomorrow. I mean, at least, like I said, if we can't really fail tomorrow in some form, then in compound fashion, we could be starting to head up to those higher highs up in here on, the megaphone kind of thing, that, lower lows and higher highs. That's kind of a bigger picture of what's developing, but we also broaden out in the very short run, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. What's interesting now is you have the tariff talk going on, and the market, if I look at it after hours, it's certainly volatile. It started up pretty big and now it's fallen pretty big, but who knows where things are going to be by the end of overnight and into tomorrow morning. So, at the moment we're certainly lower, but that's just, you never know if it's algorithms taking it out. But if it, goes lower, then it shows you we just broadened here in the short run, and maybe we're making a much bigger push lower here in the bigger picture. And, if we break down from here, you can see there's a lot of targets below if it wants to do that. So we're going to find out a lot, going into tomorrow. But for today, it was very clear, if I go back to the 15-minute chart, that we had the initial big thrust up. The pre-market highs was between the blue lines. We took it out on bar 2 and, held there. So this was a good buy opportunity to kind of take out, the pre-market highs and yesterday's high. Once we had a green bar, you kind of expect that high to be taken out if things start up kind of above the midpoint. And once we we gapped down, but once we went up pretty strongly, we were kind of starting that continuation of these two reversal days to the upside. And you can see price went up pretty much most of the session long, and there was no real orderly pullback in here to test the highs. It was just kind of brief pauses. The deep pullback here at the end of the day was just, something that, didn't really have time left to really make another push up to those highs. So it was just sort of a thing where you had a lot of opportunities in the morning session that I always look for to do well. And a lot of stocks also moved up in the morning. And that's, it was pretty clear in terms of how to play this one, at least to its target of the highs of the previous day. What got up there, you could see it paused at a logical area and then decided to make another little thrust higher. So there was all kinds of ways to take advantage of that today. And, like I said, we have a lot of volatility here after hours. We'll find out where things open tomorrow, what the range is, and we'll see how price opens relative to that. It's just a matter of a lot of volatility in here now going forward for the rest of the week, and we're just going to have to see where price action takes us. Do we go up to these, upper red line, or is this kind of just all we're going to get and maybe roll over and maybe start turning that monthly chart back to red and trying to test those lows again? So we don't know for sure. That's why, you come in each day is a unique day, but today was definitely a good day to the upside.